I live in Canada and it is pretty much cold and snowy for almost half the year here. The other day I took Stella for a hike. It was about an hour long and I usually keep the hair in between her toes trimmed on the bottom. I let it grow on top, but under the bottom I cut it so she doesn't get snowballs. But she still got little ice balls in between her toes and she was walking funny and you could just tell she was really uncomfortable. So I felt really bad and realized that hikes are not for her in the winter. So then I tried just walking her on the sidewalk around my neighborhood, but there's tons of salt on the sidewalks to melt the ice. So again, she started walking funny because the salt does not feel good on their feet. And I ended up having to carry her home. Last year, she was only about 6 months old for the winter time, so she really didn't walk far. I didn't have this problem last year, but now she's built up her endurance. She's used to going on really long walks. She's used to getting a lot of exercise. And unfortunately, she just doesn't last very long on walks right now, so she has a lot of built up energy. So I realized I need to find ways for her to burn energy indoors instead of outdoors. I've heard a few times that mental stimulation is just as important as physical stimulation and can actually make your dog even more tired. I don't know if that's true, don't quote me on it, but I do find that when Stella does things like agility and tricks, things that she has to think for, it does tire her out. So I've been getting really into enrichment games and brain games for dogs. I have bought her a few of the little toy puzzles, but she's already figured them out. She knows them like the back of her hand. They don't really work anymore. So I'm constantly having to come up with new ideas to get her mentally stimulated. So I did some Googling and I found 5 games that can all be DIY'd at home with stuff you have at your home. You probably don't have to buy anything for these. So I'm gonna try those out today, and if you have these items and you have a dog that you want to tire out indoors, you can try them too. All you need for all 5 games is a water bottle, 3 toilet paper rolls, a stapler, string, a muffin pan, a towel, a pencil, and any kind of toy balls. So for this first one, I've got Stella's breakfast here and the towel. She's already trying to eat it. But all you do is roll out the towel and then you take a few pieces of food at a time and lay them in the towel, and then you're gonna fold it over. And then you just keep repeating that. So a few pieces of food, fold it over. Stella is not listening. Go to your bed. And again, some more food. You have to be patient. And you just keep doing this until the towel is all the way rolled up. Hopefully your dog is a bit more patient than Stella is. All right, so now I've got it all rolled up and I'm just gonna let her try and figure out how to unravel it and get the treats. Okay, get it, Stella. Get it, Stella. Okay, I guess I have to move this. I've done this with her blanket before, but I've never done it with a towel, so I'm curious to see how long it takes her to figure out how to unroll it. There it is. There, okay, now she's got it. So she just needed a little help with the first roll, and now I think she has it. So all this time that she's spending sniffing and thinking and how do I get the treats out of here is her brain working and her tiring herself out. Okay, I'm gonna let her finish that while I set up the next one. So that one ended up taking her about 7 or 8 minutes, which is actually a lot longer than I thought it would take. I thought that was only gonna take 1 or 2 minutes. But next we're gonna do the one that needs toilet paper rolls, a stapler, pencil, and string. So what you're gonna do is grab the toilet paper rolls and flatten one end like this, and then staple it shut. So it looks something like this. I'm gonna use 3 toilet paper rolls, but you can use as many or as little as you want. Next, what you're gonna do is use a pencil, or if you have a hole puncher, that might be easier, but I don't. And you're gonna poke 2 holes going through the toilet paper roll. And lastly, you're gonna take the string and push it through all the toilet paper rolls. So you'll have something like this. Beautiful, I know. And then you're gonna fill all the toilet paper rolls with some treats. So you could tie this up in between 2 things. I'm just gonna hold it while she does it. But basically, the goal is for them to try and spin these upside down so that the treats fall out. Oh, she almost got it. There! It's like a mini piñata. No more? How do you get it out? Just try to bite it and chew it open. Almost. There. That one scared her. Game number 3. I think she's gonna love this one because she's a big fan of plastic water bottles. I don't know why, but she loves crunching on them. She loves the way they fly across the floor. And this one is super simple. All you need is an empty bottle. This is a Diet Coke bottle, and then I just washed it out and pulled off the label so that she can see inside of it. And then you just take the treats and fill up the bottle. And that's literally it. And then the dog just rolls it around and basically tries to shake out the treats. She's just trying to lick it. How do you get it? She's very confused. Oh. She's gonna take it to her bed. So far, the bottle one is definitely my favorite because not only did it keep her busy and thinking and sniffing and trying new things, but she had so much fun with it. Like, she was wagging her tail and knocking it around, and it took her a while to figure out how to get the treats out, but once she did, she was all over it. But next, game number 4 is the muffin pan game. So I managed to get together 6 ball-shaped objects. The problem is Stella's balls are all really small because she's really small, so they don't fill up the whole pan the way regular tennis balls do. Regular tennis balls would work the best for this, but all that you have to do is lift up a ball, put a few treats, and then place the ball on top. Stella, wait. So now the game is that she has to figure out to take the balls off to get to the treats. While she's busy finishing up game number 4, I'm gonna set up game number 5. This one actually doesn't need any equipment at all. All that you have to do is take some treats or some kibble and hide it around the room, and then your dog has to search and use their nose and try and find it. So I'm just gonna take a handful of Stella's food, and then I'm gonna hide it just around this little area. Put some in her bed, some in the corner, some right here. So it's all set up. I don't hide it super well because she's not super advanced with it yet. She's still kind of trying to figure out how to use her nose. But basically, I hide it all, and then I tell her to go find it, and she starts looking around, and you can see her sniffing, using her brain, trying to figure out where the food is. It's not in my hands. She found some in the bed. Now I just hid them in this tiny little space right here so you guys could see, but usually I hide them in a full room while she's not in the room, so then she also doesn't see where I hide it. But this right here is exactly what you want, where she's sniffing around and she's thinking. And you don't even need any equipment. This is so easy to do, and it's so good for tiring out your dog. And that's it. Those are my 5 DIY brain game enrichment games for dogs. Brain games just help build a more independent, balanced dog, so it's really important to give your dog mental stimulation, and all of these games help with that. If you try out any of these games, you can tag us on Instagram. Mine is at Obee, and Stella is at Stella the Mini Dogs. Also, if you haven't checked it out, I have a pet wear line called HAZEL HOUND Pet Wear. That is linked in the description. I sell dog bandanas, hats, leashes, all kinds of stuff. And as always, if you like this video, make sure to give it a thumbs up down below and subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time.